Howdy. Welcome back. This is Tim William. So as you saw in my last video that I uploaded yesterday, I am going to attempt to post daily on this YouTube channel. And well, yeah, I plan on sticking with it. So, yeah. In today's video, since yesterday I made my first video in over a year, I am going to review some movies that I have seen over the course of all that time that I've been gone. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to be going in the order of how I prefer of these movies. So first off, I'm just going to go over the best, and then I'm going to go over the worst. All these movies that I've seen are just fantastic, though. Honestly, yeah, I watched a shout out to Watch Mojo. They made I know a top 100 best movies of all time, and of course that's, take what you will from that, but I wanted to see as many of those films as humanly possible. So yeah, I know that's a little but oh well, I wanted to make this video, and well, yeah, I'm a big film guy, so yeah, I wanted to watch as many of those movies as possible, yeah. And well, the first movie that I haven't seen, surprisingly so, from that list was Lord of the Rings. They were more referring to The Return of the King, which is the final one. But I'm just going to talk about all these films because, well, all these movies are just amazing. From The Fellowship of the Ring all the way to The Return of the King. Which one was that? Okay, sorry about that. Tin, come on, you're supposed to be all professional YouTuber and shit. Boy, why do I give a shit? Okay, I don't really care, but yeah, that's gonna fuck up that disc. But yeah, The Lord of the Rings. I'm talking about it first because, well, I was just blown away by these movies. They were just amazing. The first time that I watched all of these movies, they were spread out over a course of like a week. Not because because I was bored with them. I was not at all, but I just wanted to take my time and watch them. I just wanted to take my time and such. So yeah, I did. And first viewing, seeing all these movies, I definitely loved them. I definitely did. And for the second viewing, I was with my friend, and I finally just went through the whole entire series in pretty much one sitting. I know. I wanted to do it. I wanted to watch all three of these movies as if it was just one complete film. And that, yeah, I absolutely loved it. We both loved it. It was fun. It was very, very good. And yeah, in terms of ranking these from the worst to the best, I think each and every one was better than the last. So yeah, Fellowship of the Ring, probably my least favorite of all these, but still phenomenal. Like, all three of these movies are in the top 15 rated by IMDb of all time. And for that, I think it's well deserved. Yeah, Fellowship of the Ring just is very good. The Two Towers was just even better for me. And honestly, the best one, and probably the best movie of all time, in my opinion now, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. it's just the Return of the King for me. Well, the beginning of it was phenomenal, where they explained Smeagol's or Gollum's backstory and how he became the Gollum. And yeah, that was just extremely captivating to watch. I was just in awe by it. All the scenes and how it was constructed and all that. It was great. And just the tension of finally getting to Mount Doom. Yeah, I really did feel it. It was an emotional roller coaster. And yeah, in terms of what the ring did to Frodo and just seeing those last moments, I was just on the edge of my seat and seeing that battle with Aragorn, Gandalf, and all of them just for Frodo. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, oh my. I get goosebumps every time that I see that whole sequence just for Frodo. And they just charge. Oh my god. Definitely one of my favorite scenes in all of cinema, to be honest. The music, the way that it was edited. Oh my god. It was just incredible. And just those final moments, and then the ending. Basically, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, did the near impossible for me. It wrapped up everything from the whole entire series. Emotional payoffs in spades, in my opinion. This is just how movies should be. That is how a movie should be. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King is official. Even over The Godfather, well, that's a little bit of a stretch. But even over The Shawshank Redemption, it's my favorite movie of all time. And just all these movies, they're also just so neck and neck for me. They were just phenomenal. And if you haven't seen The Lord of the Rings already, in which, well, you probably have, but I mean, I do recommend just in one sitting seeing all these movies. I do recommend it. Cause yeah, it felt like it was just one complete film. And it was just amazing. And just thinking about the fact that, like, the first one came out in 2001, 2002, and then 2003. I mean, yeah, he did it in all those years. Yeah, definitely a historical landmark achievement. All these films are just masterpieces beyond word. They were just amazing. The next movie that I want to talk about, one that I wouldn't prefer over The Lord of the Rings, but I still love it. It's easily one of my favorite movies of all time now. All these movies are like in my top 50. But I mean, I would say Lord of the Rings and then this movie are like in my top 20. Yeah. Hayao Miyazaki from Studio Ghibli, his masterpiece, Spirited Away. Yeah. Oh my god. Spirited Away, dude. I love this film. Of course, the animation, I mean, it's just beautiful. Everything about this movie is just beautiful. The story, the the voice performances and the characters and all the scenes. I mean, it was fantastic. It really was. And the story, it changed me. Like, it just did. I related so much to this. And yeah, I know, like, just speaking about this film, like, looking at it, I mean, it, like, on the cover, it seems like a movie for little girls. I mean, and that's kind of what it was for. It was for children. But I watch it, and I still love it also. That's what good movies do. Like Toy Story, for instance, as well, which is also just another anime masterpiece. Basically, they make movies for children that are also accessible for adults. Like animated movies that are quote unquote made for kids. Well, that shouldn't be the case. It should appeal for all demographics. Like, say, like, we hate a movie like the Emoji Movie, for example, or freaking Norm of the North, where it's just like, well, the movies were made for kids. Why do you hate them? Because it wasn't good. We have movies like these, like, yeah, they were made for kids, but it was also good for the audience, for adults and teenagers. But the Emoji Movie just wasn't. It was awful. That's why we hate those movies. I mean, yeah, I literally saw people defending the Emoji Movie because, oh, it's just made for kids. The script, yeah, it's gonna be pandering. It's for kids. We and all those kids deserve better. Spirited Away is one such example. Because, this is for kids right here. The whole story is for kids. Honestly. Like, just the fact that Chihiro is going to a strange new place, basically the underworld. And while she's basically dead, she has to work in order to get her parents back, because obviously they ate the ghost food and so they turned them into pigs. yeah it's just that's very funny. And yeah, that's basically what the movie is. She works hard, and as the movie goes on, she matures, and she overall becomes a better character. Chihiro is just awesome. Yeah, at first she's just an annoying brat, but at the end she's more mature than what she was, and she learned from her experience. And that to me is it's just so captivating. It is. I mean, yeah, that's how movies should be. I love this movie. And all the characters in it too. Like, most of the characters, like No Face, and all the other characters, all the other main characters, I forget their names. How funny, how cool. But yeah, the characters just, I feel like they were so distinct and so layered in their writing, to the point where I can see them as protagonists in a different movie. I'm being serious. I would love to see a film about No Face. I would love to. Honestly, I love that character. And also that the boss lady, the witch. Yeah, she was just awesome. And yeah, the animation is just phenomenal also. And it's just a beautiful movie that I recommend you go see. No matter who you are or how old you are, I recommend you go and see it. The next movie I'm going to be talking about, yeah, very good trilogy actually, but I'm going to be only talking about one of these movies. Clint Eastwood's starring with a Sergio Leone, the man with no name, and the movie that I'm talking about here is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. For a few dollars more and a fistful of dollars were also just phenomenal. But The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, I mean, it's the most iconic Western of all time for a reason. I love this movie, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, the most. I love this movie. The performances were just amazing. All the characters were just awesome. And I love the music. We all know that musical score. We all know it. It's Sergio Leone, for crying out loud. He's the greatest spaghetti western filmmaker to ever exist. And yeah, it's definitely come for recommendation. Yeah, just I when I watched this movie, I was just like I almost felt like all these scenes that all our characters were in were so perfectly crafted, but yet they were so different to each other, but they felt very similar, and they all felt like they were just short films, individual scenes and set pieces. They all felt like other short films, masterfully done. Every single scene just felt like that. It was just an insane movie going experience. I definitely recommend all these movies, but personally for me, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was just the peak. The next movie that I want to go and talk about, I don't have a DVD for it, unfortunately, but yeah, this was a movie that came out the year that I was born, actually, 2002. And yeah, I just saw this recently because I heard about a lot of it. Yeah, I heard a lot of it. A lot about it, yeah. The movie is called City of God. And basically it's about the life in the slums being a hoodlum. Yeah, that's basically what the movie is. If you've seen the movie, you would understand just how violent and realistic and disturbing the film could be. Sea of God, yeah, it's just a gripping, just emotionally holding experience. All the characters like Lil Z and Buddy and the photographer, I mean, these performances were just so good. And Lil Z as the villain was just absolutely terrifying. I mean, really, he was just terrifying to me. I love this movie though. It is, yeah, it is from the slums, and they didn't use like any like real actors. They did it with these non-actors. And yeah, it was just very much of a good experience. But with all the violence and basically how the movie is, it can be hard to watch for some people. But if you have a stomach for it and you can handle very situations, this movie is just a brilliant one. And it's just probably one of my favorite movies of all time. I would definitely say so. So yeah, City of God, definitely recommend you check it out. It's definitely very, very good movie. And then the last movie we're going to talk about, I was very surprised that I hadn't seen this film yet. And most people were actually very shocked for me. Shocked. Yeah, they were shocked. Inception, Christopher Nolan masterpiece that came out in 2010. Yeah, Inception. Oh my god, was this a trip? I love this movie though. And basically without giving too much of a spoilers, I mean, you probably already seen it because well, it was very very big at the time and even still now. Um basically the movie is about dreams. That's all I'm going to say. And well, it's very very complicated. It's very layered. It's you gotta watch it multiple times to get the whole story. But at the heart of it, when I watched this, like I've already watched this over 4 times. No, I have watched it 4 times. What am I saying? And I mean, it was just emotional when you figure out what the story actually is. It's just very emotional and heavy, and it just grabs you unlike any other film. The action and the tension and the stakes were just, oh my god. And obviously, we have a very good cast, like freaking Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Michael Caine. I mean, yeah, he's frequent collaborator with Christopher Nolan. Tom Hardy. I mean, it's Tom Hardy. Do I need to explain anything else? And also, yeah, especially Leonardo DiCaprio. All give phenomenal performances. This is just a very good movie all around. I recommend it. It's one of my favorites. So, yeah. That's going to be it for the video. I hope you all enjoyed. I will have my social medias and my gaming YouTube channel linked in the description below. So, yeah. I hope you guys have a nice day. I hope. And, well, you stay cautious, San Diego.